Greetings once again. Today let's talk about chassis. And little two pieces of black metal run down the sides of your deadbolt. As time goes on, we like to tinker and upgrade stuff, so time to upgrade chassis. What I have here is a chassis from CustomCrawl RC. Just got it in the mail. Let's take a look at it. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, we start with two chassis rails. Got these powder coated green, so they match my deadbolt. Come very well packaged. Oh, what's this? We have a decal and license plate for CustomCrawl. These come in a little baggie here. Look pretty good in the bag. Let's take them out and see what they really look like up close in person. And here they are out of the package. As you can tell, they are green. No, but seriously, these look very nice out of the package, much better than they did in the package. I got these, of course, like I said, that green to match my deadbolt, and it is green. There is a little bit of orange peel in the powder coat, but nothing major. Gives it a nice kind of a textured finish. As you notice, there is a number of mounting holes here for the rear links, rear upper links. And on top of that, I don't know if you can tell here or not, but the skid is sloped to help with breaking over rocks and obstacles. Nice little feature here. Not as steep as some, but I think I actually like it a little bit better that way. I've always been fearful of these kind of chassis because I've been afraid of how they make the sliders mount. So I guess it's time to find out, right? I'm also hoping that the bumpers are about the same location as they are. I know some of them raise the bumpers, some don't, so we'll see how this goes. The only reason for that is I like the chassis or the body as it is. I don't want to trim up the body to mount the bumpers or have to mount the body higher because the chassis moved the bumpers. But we'll find out how that goes once we put it all together. But like I said, they're very, very well built, very strong. They are steel. So far, I am more than pleased. So now I have the truck all torn apart, and we can compare the stock chassis to the CustomCrawl chassis. As you can see, they're very, very similar with some very, very nice differences. The CustomCrawl chassis, of course, has this sloped skid mount area and also has extra clearances in the front and rear for the axles. This sloped here for the skid should help it slide over rocks better, break over top of them, and we have a lot more mounts here in the rear for the rear upper links. This will change the angle of the rear end of the upper bars and should help it climb better. The CustomCrawl chassis is, you can tell, pretty thick, and it is very stout. It is a touch, just a touch heavier than the stock axial chassis, but the stock axial chassis is kind of flimsy. It can bend pretty easy. This one feels a lot stouter and should be a lot stronger in the long run. But there's one thing that concerns me right now. It may not be an issue once I get it all together. We will have to wait and see. Is the chassis is just a touch shorter than the stocker. So we'll get it together and see if that makes a difference or not. I don't believe it will, but you never know. It'll definitely pull the bumpers in a touch. Nothing wrong with that. But let's get her together and see what happens. The deadbolt is now reassembled with the CustomCrawl chassis installed. You can see the green peeking out there. The truck had inner fenders before. I will make a new set for it here hopefully real soon. Maybe I'll even do a video on that. I don't know. Anyway, it fits nicely inside the truck. Everything bolted back together pretty well. Couple small issues though I had. If you remember, whenever I started on this, I said the chassis was just a touch shorter than it was than the stock factory one. And it resulted in the body being moved back a touch. My grill used to set tight up against my winch almost, but now there's quite a gap there by comparison. And the sliders now set forward a bit on the body, a bit farther forward. The front edge here used to be even with the body there. And it's something minor, and I think we'll be able to work with it. I may end up remaking the slider mounts, or maybe even just making a set of sliders. to fix that problem. So there it is with the body on it. In the front, everything went together very well. All the holes lined up, everything just went right where it belongs. Something you may notice though as we move around is there is some screw hardware in here, Phillips head. I'm not happy about that, but I was out of hex head hardware, so I'm going to have to pick up some of that and replace all the screws. The problem is the stock axial hardware is just too short. This chassis here is a little bit thicker than the factory one, so the factory axial screws just aren't long enough to get enough bite to make me comfortable. As everybody knows, the axial screws for the shock towers and all that are really short. So we'll pick up some new screws and replace all the screws here with hex head hardware. On to the bottom. There's the chassis, as you can see. Beautiful piece of green metal running down the middle of my deadbolt. And once again, everything bolts up very nicely. No complaints at all. So there you have it. I will leave a link in the description below to CustomCrawl's Facebook page, so you can go check them out. Let them know I sent you. I'd appreciate that. Also, I will leave a link below to this build thread on RC Crawler. Also a site if you're into anything crawling and haven't checked it out, make sure you do. Lots of good advice there. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will make sure I answer them. Thank you for looking, and please stay tuned. Not sure what the next thing will be, but hopefully it'll be something awesome. Thanks for watching.